The truth about Index Universal Life, protection, myths, and what you need to know here on The Market Boys.
Welcome back to Market Boys, where we simplify the markets, retirement planning, well-built strategies, and everything you need to make smarter financial decisions. I'm Andres.
And I'm Xzabko.
Today, right, Xzabko, what are we doing today?
Today, we're tackling one of the most misunderstood financial products in America.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Index Universal Life Insurance, or IUL. If you spend 5 minutes on TikTok or YouTube, you've probably heard one or two opinions. It's the greatest financial product ever.
Yes.
Or it's a complete scam.
That too.
So, which one is true? Andres.
I think the answer is neither. Right?
That's right.
Like any financial tool, an IUL can be an excellent solution or a terrible one, depending on person's goals, income, and overall financial plan, Xzabko, right? That's the major thing. Today's goal is not to convince you to buy one. Our goal is to help you understand what it is, what is not, and whether it deserves a place in your financial strategy. So let's start with a question, right? Drop down the answers or comments. Do you currently own a life insurance? So put A for yes, put B for no, or C if I honestly don't know what type I have.
Right. Very, that question is always asked.
Correct. Do you have life insurance?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Me too. Right, there you go.
Totally.
So, but it's important to know because, like, even myself being in the business for over 2 decades,
Right.
I mean, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right. And you won't.
And sometimes they just teach you. They teach you what they just want you to know, but they don't teach you the other side. So it's
or just a regular fundamental, right? Like it's, has a death benefit for your loved ones, right?
Yeah.
A very basic reason for life insurance.
correct. So let's start with what is an IUL. Xzabko, why do you don't take us there?
All right, let's go for it. Let's begin with the basics. An Index Universal Life policy is a permanent life insurance, okay? Unlike term policies, which expires after a certain number of years, permanent insurance is designed to last your entire lifetime as long as it's properly maintained. It has two primary components: a death benefit for your loved ones and a cash value component that can grow over time.
That's right, Xzabko. You mentioned something important. The biggest thing with the universal lives is that they're a flexible premium. So depending on how it's funded, it can be a permanent policy, but if it's underfunded, then actually dies, right? It becomes like a term policy. So it's very misunderstood, that part of the concept, especially the chassis. Because the chassis of the IUL is a term policy. That's the chassis. Everything else builds from there. But good point that you mentioned there.
And this is why you need to speak to the pros.
Right. Here's where the confusion begins, guys. People hear the word index and they immediately think their money is invested directly into the stock market. That is not how it works. The insurance company uses a market index as a benchmark to calculate index credits, no interest rate, index credits, right? According to the policy terms that are built in the policy, you don't actually own shares of the index through the policy. Very simple example is, imagine the market gains 20%, right? Like last year, right? So about 20. So let's say it's 20%. Now, if your policy has a cap of 10, right? Well, you don't get 20, you get 10%.
You get 10%.
That's what you get.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Very simple, right?
Simple math.
You won't receive the full 20, right? Now, imagine the market loses 20%. Now it's 20% negative. Many IULs include a floor that may prevent your credit interest from being negative due to index performance.
That's
right? So the trade-off is straightforward. You are insuring your money, the insurance company is taking the risk, right?
Right.
That's also they taking the reward. So you typically give up some upside in exchange for a measure of downside protection against market index losses.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Now, here's another question. My IUL owns a stock inside the S&P 500. True or false?
That is false.
Absolutely. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's false all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here are some of the biggest myths when it comes to IULs, right?
Let's talk about it.
Myth number one is an IUL never lose money.
Well, yeah.
What do you think, Xzabko?
This statement leaves out important details. While many IULs have protection against negative index performance, the policy still has internal costs.
Bingo.
Cannot
that's
elude
that's
it.
the big one,
Right.
right? Because people don't understand that part.
Well, the insurance
Nothing is free.
The insurance has a life, right? The insurance company has a lifetime too, right? Or
Right.
right. So they have to get their share.
Yeah,
Of the,
they have to pay underwriting. They have
right.
to pay marketing. They have to pay commission. They have to pay all these things.
That's
Where
right.
it comes from, right?
Yeah, they're doing it for you. So
There you go.
they need to maintain their livelihood as well.
Right.
The insurance expenses, the administrative charges, policy fees.
Yeah.
If the policy itself or isn't funded properly, it can still run into problems.
That's right. Myth number two, it's better than a 401k. Oof. All right. That's like asking whether a truck is better than a sports car.
Right. And which is not true, right?
Yeah. It depends on what you are trying to accomplish. A 401k helps build retirement savings. An IUL primarily provides life insurance while offering potential cash accumulation value, right? But that accumulation value can never be matched to the performance of any 401k.
Right.
So when it comes to performance, it's not the same.
No, completely different animal, completely different car, serves a different purpose, right?
Exactly. Now, different tools, different purposes, right? Myth number three, it is an investment. Oof.
Well, no, it is not.
It's simple. It's not, right?
It's not. It's a life insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
The cash value feature is a benefit, not its primary purpose. So we got to keep that in consideration.
Correct.
The fourth myth is it will make me wealthy. Well, now
Interesting.
I haven't heard of a
just
life
talk
insurance
about
policy yet make anyone wealthy.
I
Right?
know, especially because now they talk about this infinity banking concepts and things like that. That they're
Right.
all concepts. They just need to understand that there is so many moving parts on IUL that it makes it very dangerous.
Well, it's a tool for preservation of wealth, not to
Right.
make you wealthy
Correct.
or create wealth. It's a preservation of it.
So, guys, there is not a financial product on earth that creates wealth by itself. Wealth comes from discipline, saving consistently, acquiring knowledge, investing wisely, protecting what you have built, managing taxes, right? And staying committed over decades, not over months, over a couple of years. It's decades,
That's right.
right?
The long game.
The long game. Have you ever heard one of these myths?
Oh yeah, every last one, every last one of them. And you have to ponder it. You have to think about it. Okay, what is true or not? Because this information is out and about. It's out all over the
Correct.
internet, right?
Right.
So you have to decipher it. You have to do your due diligence and find out which one is true.
And I've seen like people that are not even licensed, they just talk about it. They
Indeed.
do seminars
Like
about
it's
it.
true.
Right. Like that is true, and like they speak their own truth, and they believe their own
Wholeheartedly.
perception without knowledge. And I mean, they talk to masses. That's scary.
And it's spreading like wildfire. All this misinformation, right?
Correct. That's
So-
true. So here are some of the biggest mistakes, right? Mistake number one, buying a policy without understanding how it works. You should not do that if you don't understand it, right? If someone promises guaranteed returns, slow down, right? Ask questions.
Quickly.
Understand the policy before signing anything.
That's right.
Xzabko?
That's right.
Don't get emotional.
Take your time.
People get into the emotions and they move you that
Emotionally
way.
buy, and then what happens when you emotionally buy? right? You
You
have
make
buyer's
mistakes.
remorse.
That's right. What's mistake number 2, Xzabko?
Mistake number 2 is looking only at the illustrated numbers.
Oh, all right.
So the numbers is good to know, good to have, but remember, illustrations are projections, not promises. Future interest credits may differ from what's shown today.
Exactly. Especially because what they illustrate is constant. They're not projecting futures, right? They're just assuming what is in today is going to be perpetual,
Right.
which is 100% wrong, right? And that's one of the conversations that I have with my clients when I go over these things with them. I try to base things on the guarantee basis,
Right.
not on the projection.
Right.
And I say the projection, we're going to have to review this every year because I guarantee you it's wrong.
Right, because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Bingo, right? Now, mistake number 3, only paying the minimum premium. Oof. Very common,
Yeah,
common,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Many policies perform much better when they are funded according to the long-term strategy, not simply at the minimum level allowed.
Right.
Many consumers start at the minimum payment because they want to get into this IUL concept that
Just
they
wanna get
sell
in.
them, and they say, "Well, I can afford $1,000, but you know what? I can afford 100 or 200."
Right.
Okay, you start there,
Right.
and years pass by because they put it on the side. Nobody checks or follow ups with them, and they don't do their due diligence as well because they have the responsibility as a consumer to just review it.
That's right.
And they're like, "Oh, nobody told me this. Now my policy is collapsing. Now I have no savings. They told me there was savings. Well, there's no savings if you only put the minimum."
Indeed.
So things like that happens very commonly. Now, mistake number 4, never reviewing the policy, Xzabko.
Well, yeah. So, once you have your policy, now it's up to you to learn as much of the product that you actually participate in it, right? So,
Yeah.
your financial plan evolves, right? Your insurance should evolve with it, right? The policy review, a policy review every few years can help identify rather adjustments needs to be made.
It's true. It's very important to review this type of policy with clients every year. Their needs change, right? Their income changes.
Exactly.
Maybe they have a baby. Maybe they bought a home. Maybe they got divorced.
Yeah, maybe they won the lottery. So
Yeah.
now we're talking about estate planning, legacy planning, right? Trust funds, things of that nature, right? So you
Correct.
need to know.
Do
what
you have the right amount, right?
Indeed.
Or you are underinsured because the first purpose is protection.
Indeed. First and
Now-
foremost.
When was the last time someone reviewed your life insurance policy? 1 year, 5 years, more than 10 years, or never?
It happens.
A lot.
It happens.
Right.
Right. And it's unfortunate if it is never, because you should always pay attention to what you have and the progress of it.
Correct. Who should consider an IUL? Who this is good for, right? Well, an IUL might make sense for someone who needs permanent life insurance, right? Which is properly funded as well, has a consistent income, is already saving for retirement. So this is very important, guys. You have to be able to be saving for retirement before they start adding excess of income into these type of plans, right?
Right.
Having the coverage is important, right? But the excess of income can be put in as long as you're already saving for retirement, right? Someone who wants additional tax diversification, that's very important. If you're on a certain tax bracket,
Right.
depending on how you structure your IUL, yes, it can help you, right? Build some type of tax-deferred and tax-free income for the future, but it has to be built very diligent.
Built and properly structured and
Correct.
maintained.
Yeah. Also, people who wants to leave a legacy for family members because it still has the unique tax structure, right, of life insurance.
Indeed. What would the Rockefellers do?
Correct.
Have you read that book?
Yes.
It's a great book. All right. It may not be appropriate for someone who lives paycheck to paycheck, has high interest debt, doesn't have an emergency fund, or isn't ready for a long-term financial commitment. Financial planning isn't about finding the best product. It's about finding the right solution for the right person.
That's right. That's right, Xzabko.
Indeed.
Now, before buying any life insurance policy, ask yourself 5 questions. Okay, this is the homework. Do I understand how it works? If the answer is you don't understand it fully, well, you don't have to be a master or an expert, right? It will take you years. But if you understand the basis of it, right, the guarantees and your commitments on what is not covered, don't move, right?
Right.
Don't move forward. Now, what are all the costs associated? What is really costing you?
Right. You got the budget.
What happens if I start paying? What happened with that policy? Which features are guaranteed and which are not guaranteed?
Huge question.
How does it fit into my overall financial plan?
And that's the ultimate question.
Right.
So we have to apply it into our financial plan, if you will. We'll leave you with one financial question. If something happens to you tonight,
Right.
would your family be financially protected? It's a conversation worth having, isn't it?
That's
Andres?
true. That's true. Like I was since for a long time, right? I mean, one of the biggest questions is simple, right? Because life is not granted.
No,
Right?
not guaranteed.
Correct. So
Right.
what happens if you don't come back home? It's a natural question, right? Because as humans, right, it doesn't mean that it's happening to us all the time or every day, but it happens every day.
Right.
You don't see hospitals or funeral homes empty
No,
ever.
not at all. Especially with over 8 billion people in the world, right?
There we go.
So we wake up full of life, and unfortunately, certain unfortunate things, tragic things happens, and that are out of your control.
Correct. Now, guys, if you found today's discussion valuable, share it with someone who could benefit from it. Subscribe to Market Boys and join us next week as we continue breaking down the markets, retirement planning, investing, insurance, and wealth building strategies without the hype and also without the jargon.
That's right.
We see you next week on Market Boys.
See you next week.